Take two. Hi, everybody. It's Mark Rushton of markrushton.com. It is Thursday, June 16th, 2022, and this video is called Mark Rushton Art and Music One-Way Chat, Thursday, June 16, 2022. So I'm going to talk to you about my new pedal, the Electro-Harmonix Pitch Fork Plus, and how it's working out with my Empress Ecosystem and Empress Reverb. And this time, in this particular broadcast, I chose the option of sharing system audio, which maybe I've done in the past, but I can't remember if I've done that in the past. So let's see if it works or not, right? This is the thrill of live television, right? So in yesterday's video, I sort of unboxed this. I did not put it together. I had to wait until after work to put it ahead of the boxes here. But anyway, I made this Instagram post last night, and I said, sorry, I haven't posted much visual art lately. I'll be back after a recharge. It's funny how, for me, the audio inspires the visual. Today, I added a third pedal to the bag. Like my Empress Reverb and Echosystem, I'll never sell this. Out of the box and chained ahead of the two Empresses, this, quote, makes everything more beautiful, to quote Renoir. And he did say that. He did say that. Renoir said that to Bernard. When he painted, he wanted to make everything more beautiful. And that's a good philosophy. And I'm always seeking that with the music that I do. And so, yeah, I got this. I'd been looking for a thing that changed the octave of whatever was coming into my sound source, whether it be the instruments that I have around here. I have a lap steel, I have a kalimba with an output, I have a bass clarinet with a pickup on it. I know I'm weird. And then I use apps, a lot of apps in mainly iPads, and then also create music occasionally with the Android, but it's mostly on the iPad. So a lot of these apps give you the ability to do things like change pitch and kind of play around with that and everything. But I wanted something that just took care of everything. And this not only fits the bill, it does extra things. And so far, just right out of the box, it has exceeded my expectations, to use a kind of a cliche term. But I mean, this thing, number one, I have these little boxes called noise blockers, and they're for sale today. I put them up for sale on eBay. I don't need them anymore because this typically the cheap lap steel, which is what I have, it's a single pickup lap steel. They're pretty noisy. Usually any sort of single pickup instrument typically has a lot of noise in it, and this thing it's gone. It's complete. It does it so much. It does even the noise blocker did pretty good. This thing, it's just like, where did it go, right? The other thing about this is, and I caught this in one of the videos, this is the newer version. This is the Pitchfork Plus. They have another version, which is the original. It's a little thinner. This version, you can pitch shift up or down up to 3 octaves in both directions. And so you can get kind of a. Now I tried the extreme sort of thing there, and hi Miss Cutie Cupcakes too. How's it going? So yeah, I went 3 octaves down and 3 octaves up, and so whatever you play, it goes out from there. But what I do is bring it in a little closer, 1 octave or half an octave, P5, whatever that is. I'm not really up on my musical terms. I get into octaves, and I sort of understand cents, CENTS, a little bit, but I'm not musically trained or anything like that. I don't know all the terminology, but I do know it sounds really, really awesome. And this thing is just nuts. This is crazy. And with every single, you see these things, you read the specs, you try to figure it out, and then you go out to wherever, YouTube, and then you find the product demonstration videos, and they are the absolute worst. They're just, and they're fine. That's what they are. It's always some dude with a guitar trying to be Eddie Van Halen, and that, or whatever. But it just, well, let's just play a little bit here. Let's see if I can share the system audio. I'm trying to figure out how this works here. And it's playing in the background, so I have to have that as a monitor. So I'm just going to play a little bit of that there, but that is like one of the first attempt, not the first attempt, but one of the first attempts. I used lap steel and heavily processed it. And of course, I'll show you the other boxes that I use here in a second, because they really extend everything. But this pitch shifter thing did just. I mean, the other boxes are great, but this thing really, really transformed it all. And let me see if I can find any of the other music here that I have a bunch of unedited stuff out here. Let's see if this. So yeah, okay. So there's that, and I think I had one more piece here that I wanted to play. Yes, I'm ambient, very ethereal. Might turn this up a little bit. All right, I'm going to shut that off here. Hopefully that transforms over to the video into StreamYard. So this video is largely just a test of this is just a test of the emergency Rushton system here. So I just kind of wanted to see what that sounded like, whether I could share system audio and do that, because I would like to eventually do like some sort of live stream as far as the music is concerned. I don't know what it sounds like. I know it's going to be like super compressed and everything, and it won't exactly sound like it does in my headphones. And I'm going to release all this music here in the next several months, but and of course it does need a little bit of editing on the ends here. But so that's the Pitchfork, what it does. And I'll just say this again here. So if you play a note, then depending on how you have it set up for one or two of the shifts, it can shift it down, it can shift it up, it can shift it down, and then not as far down. And you can kind of, it's a lot of different choices there. But I think I'm going to keep it extremely simple. And what that does is that, I guess, harmonizes, creates sort of a harmony sound. So an instrument that would like a lap steel, typically you're playing higher notes, higher sounding, kind of like a guitar. You do have those lower notes, but they're typically mid-range, higher treble and tone and everything like that. This just makes it crazy, absolutely nuts. And so, yeah, this is it out at Electro-Harmonix, and it's got dual engine pitch shifting with nearly endless possibilities and expansive control options. That doesn't even begin to explain what I experienced last night with playing around with it. Now let me show you the other two boxes that I use, that I put my music in also through. So the pitch shift was on the front here, and then of course, so I click the little button down there, it says bypass, it turns it off and then turns it on. So if I want to, I don't have to unplug everything. That's pretty nice. That's pretty sweet. That's and I bought it at Sweetwater, if I may say so. They've been extremely good. And so here are the other boxes that I use. This is the Empress Ecosystem, and I didn't pay this much for it. I bought a scratch and dent one, which doesn't have a scratch or dent on it, but I paid a little bit less. And I think when did I get this one? I think about a year and a half ago or so. And this was an excellent addition to everything. Absolutely thrilled. The thing I love about these particular boxes is that there's not really a menu. And that was the reason why I went with Empress. Empress doesn't make an octave switcher, so I had to go with another company. But I mean, I guess there's ways to save things in there or whatever, but I don't care about that. And then this thing has dual engine mode, which I've played around with, and that's fine. I'd just rather add more pedals, but I'll play around with that in time here. But yeah, the great thing is there's no software configuration really, and there's no there's no menus. That's one thing that really, I was always interested in things like that Teenage Engineering OP1, and then I realized how menu driven it was. I'm like, I don't want any part of that. And like modern day synths are that way too, or a DAW on your computer. You spend half the night trying to figure out why something doesn't work, or there's a big hiss or tone or something like that. It's not for me. I've discovered that I'm much better making music a particular way, very analog, and then running it through these things, and then just live mixing it, and then recording it, and then editing it later. And then if I want to throw it into something, put a beat on it or whatever, then you throw in a DAW. But I can't handle all the options of a DAW. So this thing's really lovely. I mean, the tape. So let me make this a little larger here so that you can see it. Let's go a little further here. Oh, wrong way. There we go. So the thing, digital's nice. Some of the tapes are really, really cool. Tape effects. So you move your little knob, and there's like different colors for the different styles. So there's like more than one tape, and more than one analog, and more than one delay and reverb. One of the stutters is really cool, and the whiskey is weird, and a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Shrink this down here real quick. And then the other thing that I got here is the reverb. And that was the first Empress box I got, probably 2.5, 3 years ago, something like, maybe it was 3.5 years ago. It's been a while. And that thing is just built like a tank. And again, here, the reverb, the Ghost is just the green Ghost is my favorite. The green delay reverb is great. Sparkle's interesting, but it's kind of, I can only handle so. The beer is like whiskey. It's sort of grab bag of different sounds. You have to be very careful with adjusting thing 1 and thing 2. And I've right out of the bag, it just loved it. Absolutely loved it. It just made sound so much more interesting. And so I chain all these 3 together. I just put them in like a little laptop bag. It's because I like to be extremely portable, and just plug all my stuff in there. Whether it's the kalimba, the lap steel, the iPad, eventually the bass clarinet with the pickup on it. I don't get that out enough, but that's going to be weird. That's going to be weird. Bass clarinet's what I played back in like a junior high and high school, and I bought one last year, and it's in pretty good shape. And then I bought like a little pickup barrel for it, so I can output it to run it through this stuff. I know I'm weird and crazy and experimental, but that's me. So let's go back here real quick back to that. So you realize, I'm not talking about really the art so much, but the art, the like I said here in this post here, the audio inspires the visual. So I'm in a little, what do you call, holding pattern with regard to the visual art right now. I will have a live art sale tomorrow night. But that's just, it's just practice. Eventually the studio will be a little bit different, and eventually I will have more time to focus on the art and the music and everything like that. But I saw this and I just was like, I gotta give it a go, right? Gotta give it a try. And it's just, last night I made many more things too. They're on my little audio recorder that I put everything onto, and it's just I'm just gonna have music coming out my ears here real soon. Well, right now, but more stuff just ready to be released. It just expands it out. There's no other way to put it. I sound like a wistful hippie, but a blissful hippie. But I don't know. It's cool. It's kind of fun to play around with that. Yeah, I don't know. I just wish I was like, on one hand, it's great that it's like this these days here, but on the other hand, man, if this sort of stuff was available when I was like a teenager or in my early 20s, yeah, things would have I would be just like totally into this all the time. But life is what it is, and I got to get back to the day job. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm Mark Rushton at markrushton.com. I'm a fine artist and a recording artist, and I got a lot of stuff out there. So website, links are in the description. Have a good day. Try to stay cool. It's pretty dang hot out there. All right.